Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Ashley J's, and for those of you who do not know me, I am Ashley J. I'm really glad that you're here to have another conversation, a little chit chat with me today. And the topic we're going to talk about is protect yourself. Okay, so before we jump in, make sure you like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell not before, but hit the notification bell so you know the next time I drop a new video. And I appreciate all of you who have come back and continue to keep coming back and liking my content. I see your comments and I appreciate you. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump in this thing. It's important for you to put yourself first and to protect you, protect your being, because we often allow people to speak over us and we become unaware of the acceptance we have of what they say, and that can cause a lot of damage if you don't pay attention to it. So this is where we start. Like, we all have a desire for human connections, uh, to be in friendships, to be in relationships, because that's how God created us to be. He did not want us to be alone. He wanted us to have connections with people. And that is something that we all have a desire for. I have a desire for it now. I'm in a place now where I have been in this place for quite some time where I want friendships. I want connections outside of, my family. And I have often been in a position where I'm around people and I am connecting with people and I'm vibing with people, but then something falls through and they don't want to have anything to do with me anymore. Whatever that reason is, I don't know. But that often happens to me. So I I take a hit because I'm like, man, I was being open, like my heart is open. Before my heart was closed, I didn't want to have anything to do with people because I was always like feeling like I'm feeling the wrong, reading the signs wrong. I gravitated towards this person. They acted like they wanted me to be around them, but that turned out to not be true. So I was often in this place, this position where I was like really being rejected, I guess. And it made me say, you know what? I am so good. I don't need any of y'all. Okay? I'm closing my heart off. I'm just putting a guard up. I don't want nothing to do with any of you. I'm good with my best friend. I had my best friend for years. I'm gonna just stick with her because we've been through it and we still friends. So I closed myself off. But now I've been placed in a position where I'm like, I really do want some more people. I do want some more people in my circle. Like, I want more friends. Um, I need people. So that's where I am. And because that's where I am, I have welcomed people into my life. And things happen where those friendships didn't pan out. And it leaves me, hurt a lot. But I'm starting to understand things a little differently. But always remember that wanting to open yourself up to other people means that they're coming with criticism eventually about you. And that criticism sometimes ends up being something that we accept. And it might be things that we should not be accepting. Like, there's been times before where, I used to really pride myself in the way that I looked. And all of a sudden I hear somebody say, "Oh, she's ugly. Oh, I'm good. I don't need she's ugly. I don't want to be friends with her. I don't think I'm not dating her." Hearing that caused me to really start to have low self-esteem, because then it was like, dang, well, maybe it is something wrong with me. maybe I do, maybe I'm not the best looking, which I know I'm not the best looking person in the world, but I think I look good. And then I started to doubt me and do things that caused me to lead with my body instead of leading with my brain. Because on top of that, then I heard people saying she's not that smart. Like, something, she's slow. You slow a little bit. Like, why are you? Why don't you get this or whatever? So then I got two things. All right. Well, somebody said I'm not pretty, so I guess I'm not pretty, and then somebody said that I'm not smart. So what do I do? I got a great body, so I'm gonna lead with my body, and that put me in positions that I didn't really need to be in because I did not believe I can catch anybody with just my face, or I could catch anybody with my brains because I was told I was not that smart. So, um, because I allowed those criticisms to take hold in my soul, that I stopped guarding. I was not guarding my heart or my being. And then I started to deafen my abilities. So, my abilities, there's a lot of things that I can do that I'm just now relearning to do. And a lot of times when we accept people's criticism, we often stop focusing on what we know is good for us and don't listen to what God says is good for us, and then put ourselves in a pattern where we are just um, solely relying on what other people have to say. So that is not a good place to be in because now you're not protecting yourself and you are relying solely on what people are saying about you. And now you're in a position where either they can build you up or tear you down. And that's not a good place to be in. So I'll give you an example. I told you about how people said I wasn't pretty and all of that. So, also, I heard, well, you're really not that creative. And because of that, I stopped trying to create. Because of that, I said, well, I guess there's no sense in me trying to make this happen or make create this image or whatever because I was told I'm not that creative and my designs were not that great. So now this blessing that God gave me is not being used because I listened to what other people said. Or I can say, what else? Anything. I'm trying to think of my eyes. People, I've had people say, well, I don't know. Are you looking at me or are you looking at somebody else? Because, you got a little bit of a crazy eye. So then I became self conscious about my eyes and trying to figure out, yes, I have a lazy eye. Let's get that straight. I know I have a lazy eye, but my lazy eye turned into something that crippled me because now I have this habit of talking to people, but not looking at them in their face because I don't want them to say, oh, well, are you looking at me? Or are you looking at somebody else? So I'm saying all of this because a lot of time that stopped my potential. That put a pause on my life for a long time. I have There were times where I could have been so much further in the work that I do, but because I was holding on to those limitations that were placed on me by other people, the criticism that I was allowing people to place on me and accepting it when really it was their mess that they should have been dealing with, and I held on to it, that stopped me. And I don't want you to let other people's mess stop you. Don't hold on to these criticisms because you're beautiful, because you are intelligent, you are brave, you are loving, and there's so much more for you than what you're sitting here doing, than what you're believing people say about you. So much more. Go ahead and live the life that God told you to live, the life that God placed for you to live. Live it, because if you don't, you're going to be stuck listening to what other people have to say when they actually have no say so in what you do. Now, I am not saying that criticism is not something that all of us cannot take, but there is a difference between the criticism to help you better yourself and criticism to tear you down. And you know what you know that what it sounds like. So I really want you to move past what anybody has to say about you and recognize the source where it's coming from, and recognize that that wasn't from God. It was sent to trap you and keep you from living out your fullest potential. Don't waste any more time on what people say, and focus on what God says and live out the plan He has for you. You can do that. I don't care who said it, your mother, your father, whoever said it. I don't care. You are better than what that label is that they place on you. So I really just wanted to encourage you. Please protect your heart. You can still be open for connections and also still protect yourself at the same time. You can do that. So leave me a comment and let me know if you will start protecting yourself, start protecting your being, protect your heart. Let me know. And if you'd like to chat a little more about this, head over to my website. It's ashleyj.com, and book some time with me. And make sure, again, that you like and share this video. Send it to whoever you think needs to hear it, and subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, until we chat again. Bye.